You do not need to put the times. I mean, if you did, that would be fine. Yes?
If it was like 3x plus 1 on top and 3x plus 1 on top also, only if the top and bottom.
Only top and bottom, because you're canceling things that equal 1.
What would you do if it was a multiplication?
If it's division, what do we do when we divide by a fraction? Just flip it. We're just going to flip it and do the same thing. So we're just going to take the reciprocal of the second one. Otherwise, we're going to do exactly the same thing we did. I think that's my other two. Okay, so my first numerator. This is our big one because it's got factoring in every single spot. First numerator, common factor. Yes. Take out a 3. I'm left with x plus 5. Denominator, common factor, no. So I have a trinomial, so I use my trial and error. There's lots of difference of squares and common factors in these kind of problems. So x times x, minus means one of each sign, and a plus 5, so plus 7 minus 2. So the only difference between multiplication and division is that you have to flip the second fraction. So what's on the bottom is going to be factored up top. So x squared plus 7x. Is there a common factor? Yes. I can take out an x. I'm left with x plus 7, which goes no further. What's up top gets factored on the bottom. So x squared minus 25. Is there a common factor? No. Difference of squares? Yes. So x times x, 5 times 5, plus and minus. And then I'm ready to cancel. I've got whole group x plus 5 with whole group x plus 5. Whole group x plus 7 with whole group x plus 7. And that's it. So what's left gets written together without a multiplication symbol as a single fraction. So I'm left with 3 times x, and then my 2 sets of parentheses just put next to each other as one fraction now. So what's left after you cancel is your answer. Yes?
Would this be like the negative?
Not on this one. Because they're exactly the same. X plus 5, x plus 5. X plus 7, x plus 7.
Thank you.
The next one is though. You guys are like asking the question here. Okay, in this last one, it's going to hit what Hannah just asked about. So you can see this again. First numerator, 5x squared. That's a monomial. There's no signs. You can't do anything with the monomial. So it stays 5x squared. Denominator. Common factor to x squared minus 5x plus 4? No. So I do my trial and error. So x times x. Last term is positive, which means my signs are the same. And 4 can be either 4 times 1 or 2 times 2. But I want a 5, so I'm going to use 4 and 1. 2 and 2 would not give me that. I'm going to flip this one. 1 minus x, no common factor, not a difference of squares, so just bring it up. 10x is a monomial, so just bring it down. So we only have to factor one spot. Okay, 5x squared means 5xx. Okay, so let's do that first. When I have an x here and an x here and I have an x down here, I can cancel one of those, or the one on the bottom with one of those on the top. Because x squared means xx, I can take the one from the bottom, cancel them with one of them on the top. You could just take it away from the exponent. You don't have to write it out. My 5 and my 10 reduce. Let me do that. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that. There we go. Okay, so then my 5 can cancel completely, make it a 1. It divides into 10 twice. Okay, and then here's what Hannah alluded to in the last question. X minus 1, 1 minus x. Those are my inverses. And I can cancel them. So without even having to show, because kind of Tiffany alluded to this earlier, without even having to show it, I can cancel inverses as long as I take out a negative. And it doesn't matter if you put the negative on the top or if you put the negative on the bottom. It doesn't matter. Just put a negative in our answer. So I can cancel inverses as long as I put the negative. So in the numerator now in the top, I'm left with a negative 1x, or just negative x. And in the bottom, a 2 and a group x minus 4. So 1x, or just x, negative, and then 2 and x minus 4. And the negative can be placed on the top, or the negative can be placed on the bottom. It does not matter which one you put it on, it will give you the same thing.
It's a lot harder than
What?
It's a lot harder.
The adding and subtracting is harder. This one, if you can factor, this one should be pretty simple.